Attack on Titan is often deemed as one of the best stories in anime. Isayama's ability to plan storylines out many chapters in advance is amazing, but it isn't perfect. In this video, I'll be looking at some inconsistencies in the story. One of the biggest gripes some people have with the manga is the art. In the world of mangas like Berserk, Vinland Saga, Chainsaw Man, and many more that have exceptional art along with their stories, something like Attack on Titan can seem lacking. I only mention this as some of the inconsistencies could be chalked up to errors with Isayama's art rather than his storytelling. And before anyone comments, yes, a lot of these are going to be nitpicky. I'm not doing this to make Attack on Titan look bad. I genuinely do think it is a masterpiece. I just find these interesting. So with that out of the way, let's get started. In the very first chapter of the manga, we're shown an aerial shot of Shiganshina, where we can clearly see that the walls are much thinner than we're used to. With the colossal titan next to the walls, it's obvious that it's too thick to fit inside them. You can see on the left side that they're as thick or even thinner than some of the houses. If you compare this to the walls we see in some of the later chapters, you can see that they appear much thicker. So by this point, Isayama had probably decided what to do with the walls and fixed the mistake. This is also fixed in the anime version too, where we can see the walls are much thicker than their manga counterpart. Size inconsistencies are something that will appear again in this video. This one's not so much an inconsistency, rather just a strange detail. Again in the first chapter, the second time we see which is engaged to Erwin, we see smoke coming from his nape, or maybe the side of its head before it's attacked. We know Titan shifters emit steam from their napes when exiting, and regular Titans emit steam when healing, so it's possible this Titan was damaged beforehand. But again, this detail is omitted from the anime. It's possible it was a storyline Isayama chose not to pursue, and removed the detail to avoid any confusion in the anime. The story shows us that Eldia and Marley both have their own distinct writing systems, yet they speak the same language. The wiki explains that this is because of the old Eldian Empire, so Eldian is the predominant language throughout the world of Attack on Titan. Though after 100 years in isolation, it's hard to imagine that there are no drastic differences in the accents or speaking pattern of the warrior candidates and those on Paradis. Even on Paradis, the scouts make mention of Sasha's southern accent. When the warrior candidates infiltrate Paradis, they say they were from a small hunting village on the south side of Wall Maria. So my only explanation is that none of the other main cast ever met someone from there. Also a fun bit of trivia, did you know the Eldian writing system is actually Japanese katakana flipped 180 degrees? Another one for the big boy. Throughout the show we see numerous times that whenever a Titan shifter leaves the Titan, the body slowly decays over time. Yet somehow, in this one instance, we see the colossal titan vanish instantly. This is never explained, and I'm pretty sure we never see this occur again with him or with any of the other titans. There are many examples of size inconsistencies during Attack on Titan, but for this I'm just going to look at Eren's Titan. I believe there is some variance with the titan sizes, specifically the titan shifters based on the person inside and their physical exertion at the time. Eren's Titan form is supposed to be 15 meters tall. And when we look at some of these shots, he appears to be around 3 to 4 stories tall, with his head reaching close to the top of many of the buildings. But in some other shots, he appears to be barely 2 stories tall. With the scenes fighting the colossal titan especially, he looks like he could fit through the door. Another culprit of this is Armin's colossal titan, which looks gargantuan in some pages. But this is a widely known criticism of Isayama that he doesn't do scaling well. If anyone knows any other inconsistencies, feel free to leave a comment. If I find any more that I find interesting, maybe I'll make a part 2 to this video.